getting crazy over here at NADA 2026. We are in Vegas, baby, and we are broadcasting live from the Expo Hall floor at booth 3901W. We're at the Dealer eProcess booth, obvi, and we have been talking to some of the most fascinating people.
Then why have me?
I was just about to explain. We also invited Joe Webb.
Yeah,
Joe and I. No, seriously, Joe, one of the nicest, sweetest, funniest, most supportive men in automotive. And he is an amazing automotive trainer with DealerKnows. So if you haven't heard of them or Joe Webb, I have no idea what you've been doing with your life, but you have made some mistakes and you need to go and find out more about this man.
Talk to a doctor.
I know. By the way, he is much taller than me, as you can see, and I am quite uncomfortable with this. So I'm going to... Thank you. Thank you very much. So
she is up on a
absolutely. I am standing on a box right now so that I can actually look you in the eyes, which, by the way,
it feels weird.
It
feels weird.
We've never looked each other in the eye, have we? No.
Yes.
But I do adore you. By the way, also, complete side note, this man has been an incredible supporter of women in automotive, and then said, you know what, I need to be a part of this organization, and actually is an incredible board member at Women in Automotive. But you yourself have sponsored and been an ally and helped so many women in automotive.
You know, I spoke at the first ever Women Automotive. I don't know if you remember this. I spoke on the main stage, the first Women Automotive, and it's the only time I've spoken at maybe 160, 170 automotive events.
Give or take a few.
And it's the only time I've ever been heckled. Heckled. She went to town. She was not happy with the fact that, and I had, and long story short, she still went and heckled at every person, man or woman, and then they asked her to leave. But
I do not remember this.
I joined the board.
It's a very loving environment.
Yeah. It's the only time. I am a big believer in the Women Automotive event and most specifically the organization for championing, supporting the growth and advancement of women automotive. I've spent a lot of my own time helping mentor people that probably deserved the seat at the table that have not been given one, and to just help them get to that point in their careers. And it's really very selfish, as I've said before, because it's just like a legacy thing for me. Like, no one's going to remember me, but how you make other people feel is how you get remembered. So if I can do that for other people, I appreciate it. So
you're gonna make me cry, Jay Webb.
No, it's not sappy either. Again, it's very selfish.
No.
But no, I joined, I think, the third year on the board, and we're coming up on our 12th annual event.
Amazing and better than ever. Amazing. Well, yeah, I just had Veronica Dunford on not too long ago. Yeah, like within the last hour. But that's not why I brought you here to talk to you about.
Just to stand next to me really tall, like? Yeah. Her husband, I know her husband, he's about my height, right? Mike's about this tall.
He's 6'2".
He's a little small.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you bring a box everywhere with him?
No.
Poor Mike.
That said, but I do want to talk about what you do for dealers and how you train them up, how you train teams all across the United States so that they could be better at selling cars. So I want to talk to you about that. Absolutely. What do you feel is the number one message that maybe either dealers really, really need or that really, really resonates with them? And I'm curious to know if those are two different messages.
Well, I think if I may, when it comes to training, if it comes down to training, and it's weird for a person who owns a training and consulting company to say, but training needs to come in-house. Like, it needs to be consistent. It needs to be every day. It needs to be from your management staff, including service. Like, if you need to make sure that your techs are being trained, once or twice every single week by your service director. You need to make sure that your sales team and your BDC are receiving training literally like Monday through Friday, every day. Make it a part.
Every day for how long? That's a lot of training.
Half an hour.
Half an hour?
Yeah, and then you assign, you do it well, you structure everything. You assign out a calendar on what you want to cover, and you assign it to different managers. And you make them say, what's your topic going to be, so they can prepare themselves for it. Maybe every manager 2 or 3 times a month has to do this, and you get involved and they get involved to help grow the team with what they consider to be best practices. It allows them to know, hey, I've got, every other Tuesday, And these are going to be the two topics I want to focus on because maybe it's something I see that my team needs help on. And you make sure that they're given the time to prepare themselves. Because listen, your sales managers are not all trainers. I wouldn't have a job if they were. But if given the opportunity, they can see the growth of their team. If the only time salespeople ever really talk to their managers is when they have a deal and they bring it to the desk, then you don't have sales managers, you have desk managers, and AI is going to wipe them out in a couple of years anyway. So, so you need to know how to better manage your people, and with management comes training and understanding technology.
They heard you say that.
I am terrible.
You think if they're, wait.
I'm not saying anything revelatory.
You don't think what you just said was inflammatory?
No, listen. We get out the title manager way too easy for people who have no idea how to manage and have never taken courses on it, never trained on it, maybe do not have any intrinsic skills on how to lead another person. They just maybe have sold a bunch of cars. They know how to desk some deals and put deals together. And maybe they know how to work customers well. That does not mean that they know how to build up a team of productive, successful, happy people. So for that reason, sometimes they bring me in to help orchestrate that and do a launch and kick it off. And then sometimes they're wrong. We meet every single week with a lot of our clients for an hour live video chat, myself, my team, where we're constantly training, role playing, question and answer, going through the CRM live and identifying opportunities and what they're getting right, what they're missing, where they're falling off. And then we grade them through our own technology. We grade them how thoroughly they're following up with their internet leads, their phone calls, their show follow-up. So like, I'm a big believer in accountability. I believe accountability starts at the top. I believe accountability starts with managers understanding how to manage and hold their team accountable and use the technology that we're doing. And if their belief is, and I've done a survey before where I just asked the team of sales managers at a dealer group, 1 through 15, here's the 15 core responsibilities of a sales manager. Rank number 1, you think you're best at, and number 15, what you like doing least.
Okay.
All but one sales manager said desking deals was their number 1, what they're best at, what's their favorite thing to do. AI can do it. Tools can do it. Algorithms can do it. So, I mean, like, if you don't understand how to manage the flow, manage the traffic,
he's really a nice guy, dealers.
Then you need to bring somebody in from the outside, or you need to train your managers on how best to get how to get the most out of
that's actually my next question. Do you feel that when you go into a dealership that it is majority part, of course, training all the salespeople and stuff, but is it also kind of training the managers?
You need to have manager buy-in. Well, you need to have buy-in from the top. Otherwise, we actively try to find reasons not to work with dealers, as if they don't have the buy-in, if they have a lot of wrong personnel. We've gone into stores where maybe some of the things I'm training or teaching that we believe in, and I don't believe I know everything and I'm right about everything. Ask my wife. She'll tell you.
Quite often wrong.
But I will say, I know I'm right about the stuff I know. And sometimes if those messages fly in the face of something that another sales manager doesn't believe in or has actively been training not that, then they will work to sabotage it. And it's not worth my time to away from the family in store or even verbally, training through live interactive video conference calls, their team. And sometimes BDCs are set it and forget it. So like, train my BDC. I'm going to trust what you put in place. You can refresh the CRM. You can put in new templates, processes, everything, phone guides, do it all. In this case, I'm fine because sometimes these poor BDC agents are left out the pasture, out of, out of sight, out of mind. And it allows us to come in and build them up to be stronger at what they do.
Do you have a different training for BDC than you do for like in-house sales?
Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, how you communicate with a customer, it doesn't matter what your title is.
Right.
Like if it comes to generating an opportunity and then converting that opportunity into a showroom visit, then whether you're a salesperson or a BDC, the only thing that changes is whether or not it is convenient for you to go out and shoot a video walk around of that vehicle, because it's not for BDC, but it's almost a requirement for me for a salesperson. If they can't do that, then now we got to talk about process changes. And
do you help them? Do you help train people how to do a walk around?
Of course. Yeah. I'm not an idiot. Like, I'm not like, why don't you do one of those, like like I will go out with them.
Go out there on the lot, see
yeah.
what you come back with.
No, I mean, I have a specific guide for an entire day on, here's how to do a vehicle walk-around video, and here's what to cover when you go over the 4 points, and here's what to do when you're doing a personal video introduction. Here's going to do follow-up videos. Here's an appointment reminder video. And I have the documents, so if they don't know how to read, and this is automotive sales, I was in it once too. And I learned to read, and I realized I can write down what you should be doing.
Fundamental.
Yeah. So yes, and then I'll go out and train that, and I think that's a big disconnect. It doesn't matter to me if it's a BDC or a sales team. It's how you communicate with your customer base that's going to get more butts in the showroom.
Yeah.
But then how you control the customer in the showroom, a BDC doesn't need to be aware of that, and a salesperson does. But a sales managers and the people leading your team, I'm going to say troops in a battle and use like an old analogy, but leading your team need to be in those conversations. But I'm not a one size fits all. I want to sit down. How are you working? What are you doing? What are your pain points? Like, what do you believe in? Who needs help? And I will, make a bespoke process on this is what we're going to work with your team to achieve. Some just say they need help on the phones. They need help on making outbound phones. The internet director needs help on how to better hold them accountable. Whatever it is, we will go and focus on that first and foremost, while also hopefully improving the customer experience for the customer.
I love it. Let me tell you, the thing that, and I have asked several people who have stood here today, that everyone's been talking about is AI. And you did mention AI.
Kind of hard to avoid it, especially here.
Yeah, I know it. But is that something that you see making a huge difference or a minor difference inside business operations in a dealership?
I mean, I think it'll ramp up. I think AI is, in some cases, here to stay. I will state that I don't want to see AI replacing people in a lot of ways, but I do think it needs to enhance how we communicate with our customers. I think it needs to enhance the skill level and the accountability of our teams, whether it be sales or service. And I think it also needs to handle some of the high-end, high-funnel customers, because if it can make voice, email, text, AI, if it can make those communication attempts that, by all means, salespeople or service people do not want to make, then for sure I will leave it to a smart enough, well-trained tool to do it.
Really? But you still believe that they should reach out, make a phone call, send a video?
Yes, but if they're high funnel opportunities, they're not going to do that because they're not going to see the value and the productivity. They're not going to get enough connections. They're not going to get enough appointments. They're going to, regardless. So for that reason, let somebody else that isn't going to get their feelings hurt and isn't going to think one way or the other to do it for you. But with that said, the great majority of communication between an active, interested party and a dealership needs to come from a real live human that lives in it. Not that you can, like, tone and empathy and all this can be built into any single model, but I will still say, like, and there's generative AI, which is really cool for social, maybe a little less so for SEO. And then I think AI, where it really comes into play, is just the analytical aggregation of data, customizing campaigns, overseeing some of the initial marketing attempts. So if it can find you opportunities, find you service, equity, and sales opportunities, then it can start that, again, high funnel engagement until it becomes a customer says, I want to talk. And then you get them to a real life human. And then hopefully
then you got to have your salesmanship.
Your managers have trained them well enough to know exactly what they should be saying based on whatever campaign they keep.
I feel it. Okay. Last question.
All right.
And then I'll get off my literal box.
Your high horse.
I have to say, I've been up here for like 10 minutes. This is very unnatural.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually her heels don't go above 5 inches.
I'm wearing heels.
You need help up? I told you I won't let you fall.
No,
oh, you're down already.
I'm down already. Okay, last question.
Yes.
If you had to give advice to dealers out there, what's the one piece of advice or thing that they should focus on so that they have better success in 2020? It could be anything. It could be trading. I have no idea what you're going to say. So what's the one thing you would say, Joe Webb, that dealers need to focus on this year?
Effort, maybe.
Get rid of the apathy.
Yeah, I mean, I think like effort, how much effort everybody puts into every single aspect of their job to get the most out of the people, to build the people, to get the most out of their tech, their tools, their marketing, effort into like no marketing platform tool, anything should be set and forget it. So, care and attention and focus into every single thing they do. And it might take a bigger team to do it and do it well. It might take a well-trained team to do it. It might take a specialty person you hire to do it. But inevitably, if you have that effort into making each element succeed, of which you cannot guarantee perfection for anything, we can strive for it, but you will not get it. But you will definitely see a return on investment without question just through the effort.
That was a much more thoughtful answer than I thought I was going to get. Darn it.
Balloon animals. There you go. We're done.
I love you, Joe Webb. Find out more about Joe Webb at DealerKnows.com.
DealerKnows.com.
DealerKnows.com. I knew it. All right.
It's a lot of energy.
I love you.
4 p.m.
Yeah, you bring it out in me. You bring it out in me. Also, I've had a lot of sugar today. By the way, our next guest is actually on eye level with me, so this doesn't need to happen again. April Simmons.
Oh, I'm going to say.
She is head of marketing over at the Horn Automotive Group. I think they have like 14 stores.
Just talked to her last night.
We did?
Yep.
Well, we're going to talk to her in just another few minutes, so don't you miss it.